Hi guys, what's up? I hope you're doing fine. Welcome back to my channel. That was okay enough. Been doing that for 5 minutes. Okay guys, so today I'm going to share with you my opinions and thoughts on Hit the Road episode 3 and 4. I'm going to jump right into it because I have quite a lot to say. If you haven't watched my first episode and if you want to know my general opinions and thoughts on this documentary and my thoughts on episode 1 and 2, don't hesitate to click. Is it here? There's quite a lot to say and I have the feeling it's already going to be super long, so I'm not going to waste any time.
와, 여기까지만 와도 진짜 사람이 여기까지만 와도 안 보여 사람이.
Such a mood. Okay, so first of all, I have to say that I love him because he's considering like people in the back who can't see anything. What he doesn't know is that we literally don't care because being there is already like such a tremendous honor and a tremendous joy and a happiness. We don't even see their faces without like looking on the screen. That's fine, you know. We're there, we're in the room, and we're sharing this moment with them. That's all that counts. But I really appreciate that he takes the time to think about the ones that are behind, you know, and you're like, that's S.Coups. But he thinks like further, you know, he's a very humble man. That laugh, thank you.
리더다 보니까 쓴소리를 하게 돼요. 물론 팀을 위해서 하는 얘기지만 서로가 예민해져 있을 때는 저도 하는 게 싫지만 듣는 사람도 싫을 수가 있거든요. 그걸 곰곰이 생각을 해봤어요. 내가 일단 우선 말하는 방법을 바꿔야겠구나.
내가 카메라 편집 배웠단 말이야, 영상 편집을. 누웠는데 계속 떠오르는 거야, 자꾸. 편집하는 거야? 게임하다 눕거나 아니면 키보다 누우면은 그 마지막에 본 거 계속 떠오르는.
To be a little bit of a kid, but a cute kid, you know.
막 이런 뭔지 몰라? 뭘 알겠어.
He's so sweet.
지금은 친구죠. 그냥 때때로는 전 동생인 것 같아요. 몇 명 친구들한테는 애교 많고 그냥 되게 철없는 형. 근데 오히려 저는 더 마음이 편해요. 저도 에너지를 얻어야 파이팅을 할 수 있는 사람이라 동생처럼 다가가면 오히려 친구들이 더 에너지를 많이 주더라고요.
S.Coups is such a great leader, and I'm sure it has weighted a lot on his shoulders, and it still does. And I'm so happy that he knows where to look for that energy or where to look to get that strength. It's really nice that he knows where to look for in order to get that. Chua, this is really dada. This was so cringy, I'm dying. Oh wow, this is insane. Look at him.
이게 제일 서러워. 왜냐면 같이 이렇게 공감대를 형성해서 같이 뛰고 놀고 싶은데 이게 뛰는 게 솔직히 춤추는 것보다 더 아프거든요. 제일 많이 아파서 거의 대부분 못 뛰었는데도 불구하고 나머지 멤버들이 잘 뛰어줘서 분위기는 좋았던 것 같아요.
17 is really a group which tries to bond with the audience during their core stage. You can see that they value that so much. I don't want to say that other groups don't, but 17 does particularly, and you can see that they're looking forward to it.
이었으면 좋겠다라는 바램은 있는 것 같아요. 홀가분하고 이건 없는 것 같아요. 일본 투어가 아닌 월드 투어니까 끝날 때까지 정말 아프지 않았으면 좋겠습니다.
It's breaking my heart. You can definitely feel the pressure he puts himself under. It was definitely a lot for them, and when I'm seeing that and when I think back, I'm like, okay, I'm glad that the rest of the world tour did not happen because it was just way too much for them and they needed the rest. Even though I'm disappointed, even though I'm sad because, yeah, I wasn't able to see them in concert, I'm like, okay, it had to happen and it's good that it happened because for them it was better. Let's just hope that Pledis is going to plan accordingly their next tour without like disregarding their artists' mental and physical health. This is something I hope for. Oh my god, this is not cool.
지금 생각해도 뭔가 좀 기분이 좀 그런데.
Okay, this was
사람이 많은
hard to watch, like really hard to watch.
압박감이라고 해야 되나? 늘 뭔가 모르게 불안감이 있었어요. 근데 그 불안감이 무대 올라갔을 때 행복감으로 덮어졌던 거였는데 불안감이 좀 더 커지면서 제 자신도 너무 불안했었고 무서웠었어요. 근데 생각보다는 오래됐어요. 많이 오래됐어요. 이런 얘기를 처음 하네요. 아유.
Oh my god.
이러면 안 되는데.
I love him for deciding to opening up about his feelings and sharing them like so genuinely and sincerely and humbly, you know. I think it's really nice that he does. Anxiety is not something you can like manage properly. It's not something you decide to have or not. It just happens, and sometimes you can deal with it like very well, but when it comes too much, you just crumble under anxiety. I don't think it should have come to this point.
무대에 올라가기 직전에 좀 생각보다
Look at Mingyu being like all worried and being like, are you okay? So
할 수 있는
sweet.
한계가 이제 리더니까 단체 인사까지는
No, you don't.
버텨보자. 라는 생각?
Oh my god. This is like...
민규가 눈치를 챈 것 같더라고요. 저한테 돌아서 괜찮아? 이렇게 물어봐서 아 여기서 내가 할 수 있는 건 다 한 것 같다라는 생각이 들었어요.
Oh my god. Like look at them like being like... Is he okay? Oh my god. Guys, you don't need to be strong until the end, you know. If you can't anymore, like just stop. Like look at them like being all worried. Okay, so what's happening now? My baby DK.
정말 신기한 게 무대 위에 있을 때랑 내려왔을 때 저의 모습이 너무 다른 거예요. 내려와서는 너무나도 괜찮은 사람이 되어버리니까 다시 올라가야겠다는 생각이 들었었어요. 그래서 그 당시에 큐시트가 바뀌었었어요. 원래 힙합팀이 먼저 올라가는 거였는데 다른 유닛 친구들이 먼저 올라갔었는데 그러고 나서 이제 제가 어떻게든 올라가고 싶다라고 얘기를 했었거든요.
I know what's coming, and it's hard.
하다 보니까 아 정말 이러다가는 내가 무대에 대한 트라우마가 생겨서 무대에 못 설 수도 있겠다라는 생각이 들었어요. 그 당시에는 제 자신이 너무 싫었어요.
Don't. Okay, I have so much to say about that part. I wrote like an entire paragraph, so I'm just going to go over that because I think like it was really hitting the point. Yeah, it kind of breaks my heart. So first of all, when someone is asking you genuinely how you're doing when you're about to break into pieces, it's actually the first step to the healing. Second of all, what he said about being scared of being on stage or being traumatized and hating himself for that. It's actually pretty hard to process. And I'm asking myself, did it have to come to this point? I'm happy he opened up about it because fans are so unaware of things and should actually know. And I think it's definitely important to know what's behind the stage. What you see on stage is filtered and actually planned, and in the end you're only seeing what you want to see or what they want you to see. But you know what? I want to know more. I want to know more about these dark places and these dark spots that you can find behind the stage. I think it goes with it and it should be widely accepted, you know. And once again, this documentary is definitely hitting me hard, but I'm so happy that they decided to do it in that format. And I think it's really important for fans as well to see the struggles they went through, process it and accept the person they are with their worries, their struggles, their weaknesses. I think it's very, very important. And if we are not giving the content, if we are not accepting the content, then that next level of the relationship cannot exist.
미안하다는 생각밖에 안 들었어요. 네.
Don't be...
기다려주시고 보러 와주신 팬분들께 한 분 한 분 죄송하다는 말을 못 드리는 상황이니까 그것도 너무 답답했고, 투어뿐만 아니라 이제 많은 시상식들과 많은 연말 무대에서
It must have been like so hard for him to not being able to overcome it and be there with them, you know?
생각을 했어요. 그렇게 하다 보니까 어느 순간 무대에 빠른 시일 내로 올라가고 싶다는 생각이 많이 들어서 쉬면서 정말 점점 괜찮아졌던 것 같아요. 지금 그렇게 도망쳤던 제 자신에게 너무 분하고
Don't be.
그렇게
You're
이겨낼 수
human,
있다는
it's fine.
자신감도 많이 생긴 상태여서 지금 빨리 무대에 서고 싶어요.
세븐틴 리더 그리고 힙합 팀 리더의 S.Coups. 멤버들에게 모험적이고 저보다 멤버들 더 챙길 수 있는 리더 정형이 되도록 하겠습니다. 감사합니다.
He needed time to overcome it. I think everyone can understand it. What he says at the end, he definitely took care of everyone before taking care of himself. With that, you can definitely see that he did it until he couldn't anymore. S.Coups is a very courageous and humble person, and he's definitely full of generosity. And I hope that in the future he can learn to treat himself with the same generosity as he treats others. Yeah, that's definitely something I wish for him. Okay, next is Hoshi! It was a nice one. I really liked it.
알려줬나 일본에서 그리고 나서 나아진 줄 알았는데 아 진짜 미치겠네요. 지금 같이 아파가지고 같은 증상이에요 지금.
They can still laugh in this situation, you know.
어떤 게 온 것 같은데 스트레스 많이 받으면 나한테도
It's definitely the stress
좋지
boys.
않다. 그래서 그치지 더 큰 병원 없다고는 안 해요. 있다고는 안 하고 다 생기진 않는데 진짜 중요한 거지.
It's the stress boys. Your subconscious is speaking and saying, stop, I can't anymore. It's kind of the last recall for the body to speak when it's not going well, you know? I'm saying this because to me, that type of situation, you know, being like unwell because of anxiety and stress is something that I have since I'm young. To some people it's going to be headaches, to some others it's going to be stomachache. And yeah, that doesn't feel nice, and when you're actually suffering under that, you don't want to jump on stage for 2 hours. That's for sure. Yeah, I really respect these guys because when feeling bad, you don't want to be where they were.
제가요 그 건강
Like this is the beginning of Jonghyun's breakdown, and it's pretty hard to watch.
제가 좀 어지럼증이 좀 심해져가지고 구간 좀 나눠서 좀 심해질 때쯤 잠깐 쉬고 또 다시 무대하고 쉬고 무대하기로 이제 해서 이 구간은 참여를 안 하는 걸로 결정을 했습니다.
I'm really interested to see Jonghyun's episode because I want to understand more about the situation and what happened to him on a personal level and know more about his feelings. So yeah, that's definitely something I'm looking forward for.
선물 받았어요.
우리 호시는요? 열정이 넘치는 친구예요. 제 표정 봐.
어떤 좋은 거 얘기해야죠.
아니 그냥
I love this about them.
약간 관용 약간 귀여운 관용?
귀여운 관점.
Definitely.
호시는 미친놈이다.
Oh my god, Lucy, why?
미치지 않고서야
리얼을
진짜 미쳤어.
멤버들이 이제 2명 이상 미친놈이라 했으니까 전 미친놈 하겠습니다.
He's such a joker, and I love this about them. Like, they're teasing each other, but you can see that it's with affection. It's so fun to watch, and you're like, you know, they don't take it personally. And especially Hoshi, he's going to be like, okay, that's the way they see me, that's the way I am, I'm fine, you know? And you're like, yes. That's a good way of inspiring people how to react on things and how to take things not too personally, you know, and laugh about it rather than getting angry or sad about things. Definitely like a good way of seeing and perceiving life and relationships and things like that.
안내성적인 거지. 저 모르는 사람이었으면 진짜 되게
He is.
낯가림 좀 심하거든요. 그냥 진짜 무대에 올라갈 때만 그게 너무 좋고 행복한가 봐요.
Hoshi might be an introvert, but on stage he's just going wild. If they are in an environment where they feel comfortable and where they can kind of be themselves at some point or show a side of them, they don't easily show in another type of situation. It actually describes introverts very well, you know, and I can definitely relate to that. I'm not as talented as Hoshi, but I can go pretty wild when I'm in an environment where I feel like comfortable, I must say, but otherwise I'm rather the shy person. Or I was, and I'm trying to overcome it. And what am I saying?
다른 이제 K-pop 가수 선배님들이 저 사랑받는 사람들이 왜 팬분들한테 저렇게 하고 이런지도 몰랐어요. 근데 받아 보니까 감히 함부로 평가할 수 있는 게 아니더라고요. 그래서 팬분들한테 더 잘하고 싶고 받은 사랑을 저도 돌려드리고 싶고 좋은 영향력으로 다가가고 싶고 그런 생각들이 지금 있는 것 같아요.
This just makes me happy because this is why I love K-pop. In my Q&A video I was talking about the K-pop industry already and why I was still a K-pop fan today. I think that really sums up how I perceive this industry. Surely there are negative sides, I'm not saying, that's for sure, but let's focus on the positive today. K-pop just feels different than any other type of music industry. Artists really want to give back and they definitely give their everything to do so. And I really think that that work and passion cannot be disregarded and has to be respected at some point. And I think that's one aspect or one point that really kept me into K-pop. I have this song in my head right now. 박수
부담감? 그런 건 없는 것 같은데 고민한다고 결과가 좋아지는 것도 아니고 긍정적인 생각으로 어떤 걸 받아들이고 할 때 더 좋은 시너지가 나고 설사 그게 생각만큼 잘 안 돼도 긍정적으로 생각하는 게 되게 좋은 것 같아요.
Oh my god, this is so inspiring. I think now you would understand why I'm always saying that 17 inspired me so much. That entire attitude they're trying to transmit is so inspiring. It's such a positive way of seeing things and living life. I can only follow that and I can only get inspired by that. In every circumstances, we should definitely see life positively, you know? Even though it's not always positive, we can learn from it and we can always take something positive from it and overcome it with a positive attitude. And guys, I love you so much. That's what I wanted to say. So that was a pretty long ride and I hope you could appreciate my points. I initially thought that I would not survive these 2 episodes, but in the end, I think that I learned a lot while watching these. It's inspiring. Not every aspect is positive. The learning process is there. I feel inspired now, I feel empowered, and I actually don't feel that sad. Yeah, I'm feeling positive. I'm feeling loaded with energy. Even though some points were a bit asking yourself as a fan, okay, I did something wrong, or why are they thinking that way? I don't want them to think that way. You know, these type of thoughts is it's sometimes hard to process. That means that you can only do better in the future. And on this note, if you enjoyed this video, don't hesitate to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And otherwise, I thank you so much for watching and I will see you in my next episode next week. Bye!